Hey there, I've got to tell you, words can hurt. Whoever started the quote, "Sticks and stones will break your bones, but names can never hurt you," was a darn mighty fibber. Sure, perhaps a great throwback in the schoolyard when you're feeling bullied, but in real life, no matter how stoic and confident you might be, words can cut like a knife. Has a man ever said something to you that stopped you dead in your tracks or instantly got your heart racing and blood pumping, and not in a sexy way? Without knowing it, has a man said something to you that hurt your feelings and once said the words had done their damage and were impossible to take back? Well, men can also experience this with women. If you're anything like me, an open, honest, and playful soul, then there has probably come a time when you've said something that makes a man either question himself or question his relationship with you. Of course, you don't want to walk on eggshells. It's important to be in a real and transparent relationship, and yet it's equally important to be mindful of some of the key things you might say to a man you really like or love that can see him feeling inadequate or inferior or simply confused. And confusion often creates indifference. It normally sees people pulling away to protect themselves and to work out their feelings. Don't get me wrong, cheeky and flirty banter is important. Men love playful, fun, and open women, though sometimes when we're playing, we can say things in jest that can be a dig or a put down in some way, which creates doubt and a murky energy, not true levity and connection. The 6 points I'm about to share with you might not at first glance sound unpleasant to you, yet they can be like daggers to his heart, and I'm not exaggerating. So stay with me for these 6 conversation tips that will allow the way you relate to men much easier. Hi and welcome back. I'm Nadine Peart from Healthy You, Healthy Love, and the creator of 4 world-leading love, confidence, and dating programs. This is the place to be, as I'll answer all of your unanswered questions about understanding men, wholehearted commitment, and lasting attraction. If you've not subscribed to my channel, then you can do so right now, and please share this video. Also, while you're at it, press the bell button to be notified of my next juicy video. If you like what I've shared or you want some more clarity on this topic, then please comment and join the conversation with me. So let's get into it. Here are the 6 things you should never say to a man you like or love. Number 1, why can't you be more like X? Why is it best never to say this? Because it sounds like you're unhappy with your man. You might want to say it as a joke, but there's a grain of truth in it, and this is the only thing he will hear: that he is not good enough. He's not meeting up to your expectations or what you want. Just think for a second how you'd feel if he told you, "Why can't you be more like this and that girl he used to know?" Or worse, his mother. I know sometimes these things just slip out of our mouths without even thinking, but words like this can be really, really hurtful. Men hate to be compared to others, unless, of course, the comparison is in their favor. Your man wants to feel that you've chosen him because you like him as he is, not for who you want him to be. Number 2, you're taking me out to dinner. Why it's best to never say this? Because it's an order. It's as simple as that. Now, what's wrong with orders? Don't men love to be ordered around by strong, confident women? The short answer is no. Well, not quite like that. Being confident means knowing who you are, knowing what you want and how to make it happen. Confidence is not domination. Men do like confident women, that's true. What they hate or reel from is domineering women, unless they have a problem with their self-esteem, but that's a different topic entirely. So while it's okay to be the one initiating plans for dinner or anything else, don't make it sound like an order. Make it sound like a delightful proposal. He'll accept it without feeling uncomfortable about you pressuring him. You're dating, not playing battle of the wills. And if your man never takes you out to dinner or you don't go out on dates and the romance is dead, ordering him is not likely to work. A non-judgmental and open-hearted discussion about what you value in a relationship and what you're both willing to invest and commit to would be a better way to go about it. Number 3, my ex was. Why it's better never to say this? Well, it's kind of obvious. Maybe I don't need to explain, but here we go. The only thing men hate more than being compared to someone you know is being compared to that special someone you used to be with before you met him. The topic of exes is usually an uncomfortable one for both partners in a relationship. I personally don't have a problem with hearing a little bit about exes, and I assume that because I wasn't bothered, that the guy I'm dating wouldn't be bothered either, though most people are not like this. Over time, I learned to avoid bringing up an ex for the sake of a funny story or for any other reason. Bottom line, yes, you have exes. They existed. That's enough. Now they're in the past and it's you two that matter. Yet there's one exception here, though I wouldn't really advise going with it. If you compare your new man to your ex to tell him how much better he is than that ex, well, it might work. But be careful, even this will remind him that he is not your first, and most men don't like that. I know it's kind of silly, but there you have it. By the way, I have a fabulous free gift for you today that you can access in the description below. Wordpoision, 16 words and phrases that can ruin a relationship. When you read this free gift, you'll realize how these 16 phrases are so critical. Number 4, do I look fat? Why it's best to never say this, or rather, why would you ever say this to a man? This is the nightmare question that turns men into balls of nerves beneath that solid, poker-faced exterior. This kind of question is petrifying to a man because there's only one right answer and no right answer to this question, and deep inside, each and every one of us knows it. But why do so many women keep asking it? Does she need the reassurance? Yes, it would seem, but would you believe him when he says that you do not look fat at all, even if he means every word? Chances are you won't. And what if he says yes, just to be cheeky and to mock you and the question? I'm sure you don't need me to tell you what happens after this. So spare him and yourself. Don't ask if you look fat. He doesn't care about your weight nearly as much as you do, or your tan, makeup, or clothes. He loves you exactly as you are. Very few men give a hoot, so start accepting and loving your booty, your hips, your breasts, and tantalize him with your confidence. And if you're out of shape and you want to change this, then do it for you. It's all about self-love and self-honor, and only you can know what you value for you. Number 5, you can't do that or don't do that. Why it's best to never say this. Saying these things can feel like a slap across the face, a kick to the ego, and a knock to his masculinity. While you don't want to pander to his ego, you also don't want to emasculate him or treat him like a child without a mind of his own. If you want him to feel good being around you, and unless his life is in real danger, don't tell him there's something he can't do. Men are not fools. They know they can't do everything. They just don't like to hear this from their fair ladies. Your man wants you to see him as strong, capable of solving every problem, never needing help from anyone. If you suggest that he's none of these things by telling him you can't change a tire, or you don't know the first thing about bond investing, or maybe he's cutting tomatoes and he's not cutting them how you like them to be cut, by telling him he can't do it the way he is and that your way is better, is making him wrong and useless. And this shuts down anyone, namely your man. Number 6, nothing. Why it's best never to say this, because it's never nothing. It's funny how we try to hide the emotional storms raging inside us behind this poor innocent word, but it ain't so funny. We know we do it because if we start talking, we might say something you believe he doesn't want to hear about or can't handle, and we fear he'll run away. But men want to hear what's important to you. Great men, relationship-ready men, will not run away if what's niggling at you is fair and reasonable. When your man asks you what's wrong and hears nothing or I'm fine, that's when he might start thinking about running away. He has eyes and can sense something is off without you having to speak. So when he asks what's going on for you, he wants to know what it is so he can help. That's his train of thought. It's very simple. So don't torture him. Don't be passive aggressive. Instead, tell him what's wrong. Women make the mistake by believing that if he really loved me, he would just know what I'm thinking. He'll know what's wrong. Sure, sometimes he will know, but often he won't know what's exactly eating away at your soul. All he'll know is that he feels like he can't win with you, or that he's in the doghouse. It's in your interest to be brave, to be bold, and to speak up with confidence, clarity, and care. No blaming or shaming. Tell him how you feel. Own your feelings. Humans are really good at misinterpretation and creating stories about their relationship that are often inaccurate. So talking about them is far better than holding on to them or hoping he will read your mind. That's it for this video. Please comment below and let me know if you have any other words to add to my list, and I'd love to hear which of the 6 points you most related to. Please like and share this video with your friends. And as I mentioned before, just in case you've not yet subscribed to this channel, you can hit the red button below this video and the bell button to get notified of our next video. Also, don't forget that free gift for you that relates to this topic, Wordpoision. If you want to build intimacy and create a deep, juicy, open-hearted bond with a man, then you need to know these 16 words and phrases. Thanks for being here with me, and see you again soon.